We are in Webster County, Missouri. We're about 20 miles east of Springfield, Missouri. Like I said, Webster County, we're on Olga, O-L-G-A, Olga Road, Gravel County Road, and we're coming up on the Finley River in just a moment here. From Springfield, we went east on Highway 60, through the town of Rogersville. Then we went south on Highway Z. There's the Finley right there. Went south on Z for a couple miles, and then we went east on Olga, and we've gone about 2 miles, and you can see the Finley River there. Finley River, Finley Creek, or whatnot. We've got a couple people kind of enjoying the river, it looks like. It's a beautiful section of water. It's generally quite clear. Fishing and swimming and all that good stuff. And we're going to cross over this bridge here, and we're actually almost to the property already. So this is what's called a low water bridge, low water crossing. And if you're not from around here, it definitely looks unusual that we're driving basically right through the river. There we're looking upstream. Up around the corner is of the river. That's where we're going to see the frontage, but we're going to take the county road to get to the property. But it is just absolutely beautiful. You can fish, you can swim, all that good stuff. So on a low water crossing like this, generally the rule of thumb that we use to make sure it's safe is you want to be able to see that, because there's a concrete slab under there. You want to be able to see that slab. There's been probably twice that we've been out here when the water, because after it rains, that can be up quite a bit. And we actually had some rain just the other day. In fact, there's some puddles here on the county road. If that water's high, the nice thing is you don't have to come in that way. We just happen to come in that way today. You can go a little further on Highway 60 and take another road to the south. And although that takes a little longer if you're, well, it's a little further if you're coming from Springfield, but I don't know if it's that much longer, because then instead of having all this gravel road to get to the property, it's basically paved to within just a few hundred feet of the property if you come in that way. So you can come in either way, but it's kind of fun to go that way and see the creek, see the river, so you know what you're going to be looking at here. Beautiful area, obviously for fishing and swimming and all that good stuff, but also for hunting white-tailed deer and turkeys specifically. You'll have both on this property, I'm sure. So amazing location, power's available, you get the county road access, and we should be coming up on the property here in a minute. I'm going to stop up here and take a look at the MapRight map, which we have loaded on the iPad, and we'll be able to tell where we are. Okay. Alright, so I'm looking at the MapRight map, and we're actually getting close to the property here. In a moment, we're going to see a meadow on the left, and in just a few hundred feet, we'll be seeing the property on the left. There's the meadow, goes back to the north, and you've got that line of beautiful big trees, and then beyond that is going to be the Finley River. Okay, so we'll be looking for a gate on the left side of the road, and we should see that in just a couple hundred feet now, actually. The property just started on the left side. Can't really see it because there's some thick foliage at the fence line there, but it borders the county road along its whole south side. There's the gate. It's open because the guys are out here doing a little cleanup today. But here's a really good landmark. You come to a fork in the road, and you should see the gate on the left side. So you can, well, depending on where you're headed, I mean, if you're headed out of here to the east, if we were to keep going straight for just about a quarter mile, the road would turn into a paved road. It's still Olga Road, but it's paved, and then it's paved road all the way to Highway 60. So if you come in from that way, you've got paved road to within about a quarter mile of the property. If you go right, that'll go up a hill, and that'll link back into Olga Road. So either way, if you're going to the east, you can do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull in here. Okay. So this would be obviously the south side of the property. The trailer and the car are temporary. That's just the guys out here working. It looks like they're doing some mowing here. So you've got an open area. Then you've got, looks like some big walnut trees, and there'll be meadow beyond that as well. And we'll do that in a minute here. But you can see it's got good direct county road frontage. We're looking into the sun that way, but the land's on the right. And obviously as we look this way, land on the left. So good access. We just crossed under the power line a few hundred feet back. In fact, I can see the power pole down the road there, so that's really close. Like any property on an actual river, this does have some area that's going to be within the flood zone. The fantastic part about this property is that the south end where we are, our map shows that that's out of the FEMA 100-year flood zone. So actually it's pretty unusual to have a property with good, easy river access that has a nice high and dry building site. Oftentimes you'd have to get a very large property in order to have access to the river and a high and dry building site. Because generally, if you're building close to a named river like this, then if you want to be high and dry, you'd better be on a bluff. And this property lays very gently, but just the way it slopes and the rest of this field kind of comes together to get this south part out of the flood zone, so that's really cool. Little trail just going through the trees. We've just got this little patch of trees on the south side, and as soon as we get beyond that, you'll see more open field. And we're just gonna head north and go check out the river. I see walnut trees all over the place. We noticed that the first time we were out here. I mean, you get just, that's a brush hog over there against the trees. Certain places, I mean, you find the walnut trees, and a big mature walnut tree can be worth many thousands of dollars. So like with any of our properties, but especially ones like this that have valuable timber, once it's been paid for in full, you can go ahead and log it. You can cut the timber for lumber, whatever you want to do after it's been paid for in full. Prior to that, you cannot do that. Although, like we generally say, we do often make written exceptions. If you're doing a driveway or a building site and a few trees have to come out, you just basically have to mark the timber you'd like to remove, and we can have one of the guys come out and check it out. Gorgeous meadow. I can just picture a few horses in this meadow. Years ago, this was part of a beautiful farm, and then it was owned by the farmer's sons or whatnot, and they were either doctors or dentists, I'm not sure, and they weren't interested in farming, so this kind of wasn't used for a while. There the guys are up there. I'll probably pull up there and chat with them, and then we'll take the trail all the way to the river and we'll check that out. Finley River is beautiful in this spot. Generally very clear. You got fish, you can float, you can fish, you can kayak, you can do all that good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna pause this here and we'll start it back up in a minute. Nice wide trail. Really not made for a vehicle, but certainly for a four-wheeler or a side-by-side or just a walking trail, this is fantastic. We've got some beautiful timber on this property. I do not know what type of trees these are. Those aren't walnut, not with that knobby bark, but that huge, long, straight one back there is a walnut, and that's a gorgeous, valuable tree. The straighter the better as far as commercial value. And like we say on all the videos, once the property's been paid for in full, then you can do what you like with the timber. You can sell it, you can let it grow bigger and bigger, you can use it to build a log cabin or to mill into lumber to build a cabin or a home. That's once the property's been paid for in full. But like we always say, we can oftentimes make exceptions if you need to remove a few trees for a driveway or for a building site. That's on a case-by-case basis, but we've always been really good about giving written permission for people to do that. That's certainly part of the building process. Well, it's a beautiful sunny day, but the sun just went behind a cloud just as we got to the river on what's probably the prettiest site out here. It looks like a resort. It looks like a beach area that you'd see at a little resort. This is awesome. Your own private beach. And that's the Finley River right there. Very clear water. I mean, I can see the bottom on the other side of the river. You can fish, you can swim, you can canoe, you can kayak. Oh, there's some big fish out there. I don't know if the camera's picking them up, but there are several big fish right there. I wish our sun would come back. There's a little bit of sun. But you've got quite a bit of direct frontage here on the north side. You've got this gorgeous beach area with the gravel bar. You've got a sandy area up there. I mean, talk about a place to pitch a tent or just hang out. I mean, this is great for like a family setting if you have young kids, because the water's not super deep here and it is clear. I'm always more comfortable having the little ones swim in water that's clear. Walk up and down the creek bed and just spend the day. It's fun when you have a bunch of people, because some people will be catching minnows and some people will be, you know, building a sandcastle or whatever else. It's just a blast. And it's your own private tract, so you don't have a dozen other people or more cranking up the radios and using language you might not want your kids to hear, or, you know, anything like that, because it's your own private property. Pretty fantastic. Well, despite losing our sunshine in the last 2 minutes, we got a pretty good look at this. InstantAcres.com is where you can go to check everything out. If the property's still available, that's where you'll see it. If you don't see it on the site, then unfortunately it's been sold. And the few times we get properties on a good river or creek, I mean, they go quickly. We've never had anything like this close to Springfield, and we're only 20 miles out of Springfield. So Springfield, Missouri, fantastic property, instant owner financing, low down payment, low monthly payments. If you have any questions, let us know. You can call us in the office, or you can email us at sales@instantacres.com. We'd love to answer any questions you have, and we'd love to talk about the Ozarks. It's great here. It really is. Best kept secret in the United States. InstantAcres.com.